character, but it's one of the second one out of the main characters. His name is Ian Petrella. About 3 years ago, the year of 2011, November, I met this young man named Ian Petrella, and we actually met in one of the museums. So I saw him being interviewed, so I didn't know him. So he was somebody who's
Now we can't hear you. Let's get closer.
Well, we met in the Christmas Story Museum. I come in, he seemed very quiet, he didn't seem very too talkative. I made him 2 gifts and a Christmas card. He said thank you, but I got a picture of him right here. This was back in 2011, so he didn't seem too much of a people person, so he looked like he just wanted to leave and go. But he loved his gifts. But then a year later, he comes to Buffalo, and he comes with the microphone, and I raise my hand, and he's like, Jess, right? And I get a push it. He's like, I remember you from last year when you came up to Cleveland, Ohio. These are the only words I said. I was like, really? He's like, yeah, I remember you. I still have your gifts hung up at my home. I'm like, really? He's like, hey, everybody, this is Jess. She made these wonderful, she came all the way from Buffalo and made me these wonderful gifts. She truly is an artist, and she loves the movie that I was in. So stand up, Jessica, and take a bow. I look up at him. What is she talking about? He's like, drama. I'm like, okay, that's like all shy. I was like, hi everybody, I'm the premiere theater up in Tonawanda. 29th anniversary of A Christmas Story. It was just him. But, you know, he really changed. He's what inspired me to do acting. You know, I got confidence from him, you know, because he showed me how to be confident and true to yourself. Even though he doesn't really do acting that much anymore, he does independent films, you know, animation and free, you know, he does a lot of backstage camera editing and stuff. So, but, you know, when I came over to him, he was so nice, so I had that smile about me, and he was just so different than he was back in 2011. Then a year later, we got to meet again, came back to Buffalo, and this time there was the whole cast of Christmas Story. Well, I wouldn't say the whole cast, you know, they had the 2 Moldies, and the kid who got his tongue stuck with the pole, Scotty Schwartz, or I should say Scott, my bad. But, you know, I got to meet Ian again. You know, what they did was, for the 30th anniversary of A Christmas Story, we used social media. So here we were playing with our cell phones and tablets. Or should I say tablet? Tablet. So, you know, we were all playing around with social media and asking questions. So I got to see Ian again. Third time's the charm, folks. So, you know, he's very social. He's a quiet guy, but he really impacted my life. And the fourth time this year at Ohio, 3 years later. You know, he looked pretty nervous that night. It was actually last week. So we're in Ohio. They did a Christmas Story event. So I was talking to some people. I was like, I don't want to bother him. He seems kind of nervous because he always has his arms like this a lot. But he recognized me every time when I come visit him. He knows. But, you know, I was passing by, you know, just to kind of tell him that I'm here. So when I was standing in line, we were going to get one of the leg lamps. Not just one leg lamp. A lot of leg lamp. Which it was pretty hot. The leg lamp itself is hot too. So I was standing in line, trying to purchase one of the leg lamps. I see Ian, little Randy. Can't put my arms down. No, he didn't say that. He won't do that. If you guys ask him to do any of that stuff, he won't do that mommy's little piggy thing anymore because, you know, he's in his 30s. He doesn't want to bother with the reenacting scenes. But it was funny. He was standing in line. He saw me. He waves to me. So I'm like, you know, I was quiet. So I was like, how are you? He was like, so then, you know, I let him do his own thing. So I'm not going to bombard him like some of the other fans would. So what I did was I sat near my picnic table because he was over there by the table. He was kind of pacing back and forth. I didn't want to kind of make him more nervous. So when I was sitting down, I was looking at pictures and stuff. So I was looking at the pictures. I hear someone next to me saying, "Hi, Jess." Guess who's right behind me? Little Randy Parker. I shouldn't say little, but all grown up, Ian Petrella. So I get out of my seat and go hug him. Have a little chat with him. He seemed pretty nervous that night, but he did a very great job. He did such a great job. You know, I gave him his gifts. I gave him more gifts, so he went out to his car. I'm not going to tell you what type of car it is, because I'm going to keep it on the DL. For those of you who are Christmas Story fans, I'm going to kind of, I want to mention it. So, you know, some of the fans came up to him and talk with him. So I was like, I'm going to be patient. I'm not going to barge in and say, could you sign this? Could you sign this? So, you know, he came up to me, came up to the picnic table, and he signed autographs. So he came up to my table, so he's like, so Jess, what do you want me to sign for you today? Well, I brought a few of my own, so I have the two. Goes to show you how old I really am, because back then I used to watch tapes instead of Blu-rays and DVDs. Oh, whatever happened to those days? Forget things. Screw DVRs. DVRs are a pain in the ass, because I will tell you, DVRs erase half of your, like, episodes where, okay, you want to record something? I just, like, get so irritated when certain TV shows get erased, like, for 30 minutes. I'm like, what the frig? I want to watch that show. So, yeah, but it really inspired me to build confidence in acting. You know, I've watched him for so long on TV shows, and you know, I will say thank you to him. If Ian was here, I would say thank you. Thank you for everything that he has done. He's changed my life. He's changed everybody else's life. You might not realize it, but he's changed my life. And, you know, it's a positive change. Nothing scary. It was scary at first. But I will tell you, he touched my heart, and he's touched everybody else's heart for 31 years since A Christmas Story. Thank you, Ian.